Welcome to Tuesday, July 15th. This Day Weather Podcast brought to you by the Advocate Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, don't face it alone. Get an experienced local Wyoming attorney on your side. Free consultations at wyomingadvocates.com or call 307-800-1952. You deserve an advocate. Well, we've got a little bit of heat and we've got quite a bit of coolness. It all depends on where you are, because folks up north, you're going to really cool off. You're still going to be very warm in the central and southern Rockies and the central and southern plains. Nice shot there of Devil's Tower with a unique looking shadow. What could that be? Well, we'll find out here in a minute. The cold front is advancing and working its way south as about expected. So for folks in Montana, southern Canada, North Dakota, northern Wyoming, western South Dakota, you're going to feel the front coming through today. We are going to have severe weather. With this front, we'll show you where. Not only today, but again tomorrow. And in these cold frontal situations, like this time of year, these thunderstorms tend to be good hail producers. I shouldn't say good and hail together, but there's a good situation that makes the hail want to form. Big cool down along and east of the divide Wednesday and Thursday behind the front. Then after the front passes through, return moisture coming up from the south will bring a bit of thunderstorm activity. It's going to be a busy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of thunderstorms in the Intermountain West. There's your shadow. Nice day for hot air ballooning on Sunday in the Devil's Tower area. Beautiful shots coming up from northeastern Wyoming this weekend. The showers and thunderstorms that popped up yesterday produced a little bit of everything, a lot of wind, some heavy downpours, and a little bit of hail in some locations. The moisture that's out ahead of this cold front will produce a similar situation today. And you can see early morning, you see those clouds right there, those alto cumulus clouds. Mid-level moisture is a good signature. When you see these alto cumulus clouds like this, when you see them in the morning, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to have thunderstorms as the heating of the day wears on. That just shows that there's mid-level moisture in the atmosphere. And yep, indeed, that caused showers and thunderstorms to grow, build up. But one way to get around the thunderstorms and the hail that hits this region, thanks Peter for sending this on in. I mentioned yesterday a lot of sad gardeners from recent hail events and more hail events coming. Well, if you can't beat the hail, well, just shelter yourself from it with a unique setup here. Great setup for you really hardcore gardeners that are just tired of gardening, starting over, planting, starting over, then eventually just giving up. Peter's put together a good system here of hail netting, rebar, and different heights for different plants to be able to successfully get a garden grow without it getting beat to a pulp from hailstorms. This netting allows the sun and the rain in, maybe a little bit of tiny hail, but not the big hail. When we take a look at what's going on across the west, irrigating going on, I mean, we're mid-July here. You've got a little bit of everything happening, and that's certainly going to be the case over the next 48 hours. Satellite image this morning showing showers and thunderstorms up here ahead of the main cold front and storm system in southern Canada. So there's going to be a lot of activity up there earlier today. The water vapor showing the swirl very well of the upper level low right along the Alberta, British Columbia border there. And then the drier, cooler air coming in behind it. And then we've got subtropical moisture sitting here that's going to allow showers and thunderstorms to build again today. And here's a satellite loop from yesterday that I'm going to show you. It's the water vapor image, but we're going to put it into motion, and it shows really well as the heat of the day wears on, the showers and thunderstorms building in that moisture. Notice the thunderstorms want to build over the higher terrain that gets heated first, causes that lifting motion in the atmosphere. So this is how the pattern will evolve today. Ahead of the front in the subtropical moisture, it's going to get warm, then showers and thunderstorms are going to develop. And then we have the frontal feature coming on in. This is by noon today. There's the tail coming in the northwest Montana, the panhandle of Idaho. So those areas up north are going to really feel the effects of the cool down while the heat stays down here. Also, what's going on is finally an uptick in tropical activity. It's looking more and more likely we're going to have a tropical disturbance form east of Florida, then head west into the Gulf. And this is likely to become Tropical Storm Dexter. It's looking more and more likely. So along the Gulf Coast, especially Louisiana here, the tropical storm may be low wind hurricane, something that could be happening later this week. So it's that time of year. So this is how the thunderstorm pattern is going to break out today. And especially right along here, we've got to watch for the potential for severe weather. So we have a collision of the cold front with subtropical moisture coming up from the south. So something's going to pop today. And the Storm Prediction Center has got this area of enhanced risk in north central Wyoming for some strong thunderstorms. Out here on the plains, there's going to be strong thunderstorms as well. And along that boundary where the subtropical moisture in the front will be working together, there's going to be severe weather here along that axis on either side of that black line I just drew for you today. By noon tomorrow, the system progresses to the east. So the cold air will come in behind it, and everybody going to feel the cool air spill into the region. And you can see that with the suppression of the thunderstorm activity tomorrow right along that frontal boundary. Look at all of this here. So tomorrow, going to have severe weather, especially in this darker shading area. Also, hopefully we can get some rain in Arizona, hopefully in the Grand Canyon area, hopefully for some of you on the western slope of Colorado and western New Mexico that really need it. You've got some opportunities here over the next couple of days for thunderstorms. And there's your severe risk tomorrow. Front range areas, I suspect will have yellow highlighted when we update this for you tomorrow in that area there. So, good idea to keep the Corvette in the garage here over the next couple of days. Here are your temperatures, your temperature anomalies by noon today. By noon today, the front's into Casper. It's gotten into Rapid City. It's gotten into Sheridan. It's poked into Cody in the Bighorn Basin area. But you can see that by noon today, it's still going to be very warm south of that line. Look at those temperatures in Montana. Brr! This is by noon tomorrow. The cold air spreads south and east, gets into Denver, gets further out east, out into the plains, and temperatures up here in the purple areas. When you look at the forecasted high, these are the forecasted high temperatures tomorrow for July 16th. So if you look here, from about Casper, just north of Wheatland, all of these areas right here aren't going to do any better than the 60s and lower 70s. And look at the contrast from the heat down here to the coolness up here. That's why if you're in the middle, things are going to pop. By noon Thursday, the deeper, colder air modifies a bit as it gets further south, but you can see along and east of the divide, Wednesday and Thursday will really cool off. Even below average temperatures and the heavier cloud cover in the showers and thunderstorms down in the southwestern United States. Through Thursday, as we showed you yesterday, Montana going to get a really good rain, really almost over the whole state except the far western valleys, and they'll get some showers and thunderstorms. Should get a good rain in north central and northeastern Wyoming into the western Dakotas there, and then showers and thunderstorms elsewhere. There's a good amount of moisture, so some of those thunderstorms will be good rain producers. Now, by the time we get into the weekend, that high pressure in the eastern Pacific kind of flattens out a little bit, so it's more of a west to east flow. And we've got the high here. We've got a kind of a double barrel high pressure situation here. And we've got this little upper level low here. So as we get into Friday and the weekend, well, here comes a plume of subtropical moisture. It's not very deep north-south, but there's a west to east axis here of deeper moisture. This is for Thursday. Here's the dry air by the front Thursday. So we're kind of sandwiching in the subtropical moisture as it heads north as this air heads south and east behind the front. So the air will really dry out over the Dakotas and the northern plains while the moisture surges up from the south. So that is Thursday. This is Friday. So you can see that dark blue area. That's going to be an active area of showers and thunderstorms, and there you go. So for Friday, we're going to be looking at thunderstorms surging back to the north again. Utah's got a really good chance of getting rain. Parts of the Great Basin, parts of southern areas of Utah and into western Colorado. And then as we get into Saturday, that subtropical moisture plume axis looks like this, and there's your thunderstorms. So thunderstorms along the I-25 corridor out into the plains, and still some moisture holding back here. And then for Sunday, probably a similar situation. Have yourself a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.